Hey guys, Nilay and I here to present the House Whisperer. So a bit of a backstory. I bought a house just a few weeks ago in the middle of this AI boot camp. And just like most people, I got the inspection done. And the inspector sent me a 50-page report filled with jargon I didn't understand. It was intimidating. And he turned it around within 24 hours. So it made me wonder, how does this industry work? And then Nilay and I did some digging around. We spoke with some real inspectors, and what we found was inspectors are buried in paperwork. For one thing, they have to know a lot of standards and practices and codes and rules. They're asked to inspect houses in a certain way, but also create reports and write the reports in a very certain way to comply to the licensing requirements and organizations like INANOSHI and OSHI. And then people like me, we call, so they spend time taking calls. So they spend time writing reports, taking calls, and they need to know all the requirements. Now, I hired a handyman to do a lot of work, but none of the commission went to the inspector who actually found about the issues. So we looked at the existing alternatives, the software that's available, and it's all pretty in 1980s. They're all very template based. There's really no intelligence built in, and that's where we come in. What we have is two things. One is we built a conversational AI because inspectors need to know about the standards of practices and codes and all of that. And we built a report writer. Inspectors will leave audio notes of their observation using our mobile app, because they're probably in the crawl space or on the roof inspecting. So they're leaving observations on the phone, they're taking pictures, and we generate a report. Nilay is going to demonstrate the conversational AI and the instant AI reporting.
Thanks, Raghu. So yeah, without further ado, I want to walk you through our product. So first, I'm just going to log in. We have Google authentication and utilizing Firebase in the back end. So one part of this, as Raghu alluded to, was this is a knowledge worker for home inspectors, and one answer all of their questions on the nitty-gritty and the low-level details that they need to know. Here's a common question: what are the best practices for roof inspections? So here we're kicking off like a research loop, a agentic loop. Okay, actually this came back, so you can see very detailed in the response, and it also cites the sources from INANOSHI, some of the data we have in our vector database, and a Tivoli web search on some sites. Now, we're going to review some inspections, and let's start a new inspection, okay? Let's say that we live on 456 Astor Street in Charlotte, right? This is completely mobile friendly, and this is built for mobile, because our home inspectors are going to be typically going through crawl spaces, going around the house with their phone, using our app to take audio clips and photos. So let's pick a section that we're going to do a little report on, HVAC, okay? And the air conditioning unit is past its design life and needs replacement as soon as possible. I'm going to stop it. And we can also optionally add a photo and provide a caption, HVAC operational, whatever. And I'm going to save this. And then while this transcribes, well, I'll do one more. Let's say we do it for the roof. Oh my God, I see a massive hole on the roof surrounded by cat feces. Never quite seen anything like this before. Stop. Save. Now, one thing I want to make you guys aware of, in this industry, first of all, there are certain required sections that need to be reported on, and that's why we're keeping track of them. INANOSHI mandates this, and we have this stored in a YAML file. And additionally, another thing is that the industry mandates that narratives, there's essentially a canned set of narratives, like thousands of them, that describe every possible situation in every section of different types of houses. The industry mandates that reports how to have that verbiage, among other things. So we've taken that information in partnership with one of the leaders in INANOSHI, Kenton Shepard, and we stored in a vector database, and we are doing advanced similarity search with these audio clips to actually pull the right narratives. So that's just some context. Now I'm going to generate the draft. It takes a few, maybe 10, 20 seconds to actually do this report. And then you can see it tracks the different sections we covered. In this case, it tracks like the data sources. So it found a narrative. And it's not always going to find the narrative because narratives don't exist for everything. And then this one is AI generated. Enhanced means it's further AI generated. You can see like this, by the way, this is the narrative right here. And then I've annotated it with other information from LLM and potentially RAG sources. And then we also have the ability to edit. As a home inspector, I can edit it before I send it out to clients. So I save it. And yeah, and then you can publish the final draft. So Raghu, why don't you take it from here?
Yeah, so you've just seen the two features for inspectors, the AI report writer and a conversational AI. They both add value to the inspectors. Now, we plan to expand the conversational AI to the buyer side. Now, if you remember, people like me, we don't care about the jargon. We want the answers in plain English. That's what this will do. For inspectors, it'll reduce call volumes to them, so they free up their time. And for us, it locks the customers in our ecosystem and upsells repair. So really the execution has 4 phases: the conversational AI that's always free, monetized through report writer. Retention mod is the buyer explainer bot that I just talked about. And repair code integration is where we see revenue potential. Now, let's look at the numbers.
Yeah, and so it's quite a compelling market opportunity. This is just from the home inspection side. We have nearly a 13-to-1 LTV to CAC ratio. And then we quickly balloon up from there when we add in the repair side or the buyer side, because we're basically plugging into that repair pipeline and getting a piece of that revenue. So our go-to-market strategy, very strong, very compelling. First starting with small businesses and then building up from there. Distribution channels, conferences, online communities like Facebook communities, Google AdWords, strategic partnerships with Internashi, ASHI. These are the regulatory bodies within this industry. We've already started talks with, as I said, Kenton Shepherd, who's the chief architect behind all the narratives. And we're exploring potential commercial arrangements. In terms of the architecture, we have a React progressive web app, a FastAPI on the back end, LangGraph for the report writing and retrieval augmented generation graph, several Qdrant vector collections for narratives and our different building codes and what have you. Then Whisper AI for transcription, GPT-4 for generation, Cohere for reranking, and of course OpenAI embeddings. And this is just like a quick overview of our RAG pipeline for the inspector RAG. Raghu, why don't you close us out?
Yeah, so we vetted the market. We spoke with real users. So there's a real opportunity here. If you're interested, please join the pilot. Help us shape the future of inspections. Thank you for listening.